Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, we're opening up a box from Mars. Let's get rolling. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to unbox the things that I kickstarted from the Terraforming Mars Prelude 2 campaign. There are chapter descriptions as usual, so you can jump to the part that you want, but I ordered the Prelude 2 box, of course, as well as the Automa, which is the new solo mode, and I ordered the cardboard versions of the two new maps. And I ordered those in their own standalone box. So I don't have the big box, so I don't have the extension piece. I've also got the modular Milestones and Awards tiles, so I'll be opening those too. And then I think I've just got the 2023 promos, if I remember correctly. But those are the main pieces that I've got. I don't have any neoprene or 3D tiles or anything like that. So let's get to it. Pretty excited for this. It's really the first expansion to come out since I've started playing Terraforming Mars, which was my gateway game. But by the time I started playing, the main expansions were all out, being Hellas and Elysium, the original Prelude, Colonies, Venus Next, and Turmoil. And I don't have Venus Next or Turmoil. And I don't know that I'm super interested in getting them. I'm pretty okay with that. Okay, so here's the Automa box, Prelude 2, which is about the same size as the Prelude box, the original Prelude box. It's probably exactly the same size. Awards and Milestones. Oh, that's right. I did get sleeves for the Automa cards. I don't know how many of those I'll use. These are the 2023 promos. I think I've got a couple of these, but I didn't have them all. This is the standalone cardboard box for the new maps. And that's it. That's an empty box. So let's get this stuff off to the side and open it one at a time. And I think I'd like to start with the new maps. Pretty interested to see those, and then it'll give me a storage box to hold this other stuff in. Let's see if I can gently open this. This is a more sizable box than I was expecting. Certainly much larger than needed to hold just the maps. This is probably about the size of the original Terraforming Mars box. It does look nice, though. And I think there are some tuck boxes in here, if I recall, which will help me. I think I'm going to store Prelude cards. And here's the tuck boxes. Prelude cards and the corporation cards probably in these boxes, because I've got a nice organizer for Terraforming Mars already, and I can't fit anything else in that box, I don't think. Let's see. Oh, and here's the maps. Okay. So yeah, the maps sit on this edge here, so there's storage space beneath them too. I don't know what I'll put in there, but almost certainly one of these will be full of all the Prelude cards, the originals and the new ones, and the other one will hold corporations, which I'm going to include my own homemade corporations, which, don't forget, you can download those for free at tablefor1.games. I have, how many? 15? I made 15 fan-made corporations. Collected in 2 packs, the Alpha Pack and the Bravo Pack to date, and they're all based off of sci-fi corporations, or sci-fi franchises that I enjoy. So a mix of movies and books and video games and television shows. All right, so first we've got Amazonas and Vestitus. Probably could have looked up the pronunciations. Okay, so this is very similar to the sheet that came with Hellas and Elysium, but this is just like a wraparound. So we've got some extra tiles here because I think it's the Amazonas map is larger. It's for a larger player count. We'll determine that in a moment. So let's see what we've got. Yes. So this is Amazonas Planitia. And so there are a lot more hexes on this map. They're obviously the same size as all the standard hex tiles, but I think the idea is if you're playing a game with higher player counts, the ground game, like it fills up very quickly. It gets very tight. This makes the game last a little longer. So you can see the oxygen actually goes to 18%. And then the temperature goes all the way up to 14, and you need 11 oceans. So that's why it comes with some extra pieces here, 2 more oceans. I imagine, the cities and greeneries are double-sided. I wonder why they broke them out this way. That's kind of unusual. And the board there's so much going on. They made Mars so much bigger that there was no space for the standard projects. So they give you a little punch out for that. And then I guess an extra punch out for the Venus next board. I don't know how high that typically goes, but this one goes to 33. So a little bit higher. Oh, that's interesting. When you get to 16, you can place a colony. Let's see. Yeah, when you get to 7 on the oxygen track here, you gain a card, a project card. Raise the temp at 11. How about here? Heat bump and heat bump. Those are normal, the ocean. But then also gain plant production at -12. So that's new. Some new milestones and awards, but it looks like they all, they work the same way. This is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and punch these out. So one side, these are just the standard projects, like from the base game. And then the other side also includes Venus Next and colonies. I don't know where buffer gas. Oh, for solo. Huh. That sounds familiar, but I've never actually used it. Punch these out. And I don't have any of the 3D tiles, so these cardboard ones are perfect for me. There we go. Not a whole lot to punch. What I do want, though, is I have there's some replacement project cards that have you place special tiles. It's like Great Dam and I don't know if I'll remember the others off the top of my head. I think like Magnetic Dome or something. And so I don't have cardboard tiles. Those came with the big box, and I would like to have just the regular cardboard tiles. In the meantime, I've got some very nice wooden tiles I got on Etsy. Look at that placement bonuses. These are delegates for Turmoil. Oh, just a resource of your choice, I guess. That's interesting. And then on this side, Vestitus Borealis, I'm going to say. The Ancient Sea. So you can see this is, the standard. Oxygen goes to 11, temperature goes to 8. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I think these were all based off of fan-made maps that became officialized. Well, this is very interesting. Spend 4 mega credits when you place there, and then raise the temperature. More delegates. Again, that's of less interest to me because I don't have Turmoil, but maybe you do. Maybe you like it. Let me know what you think if you do have it. So here's the other 2, Utopia and Cimmeria, the lowlands and the highlands. Again, apologies on any mispronunciations. I don't speak Martian. Okay. And again, the details on the back are really about the milestones and the awards, just explaining exactly how they work. But let's take a look at these 2. I like the colors for what that's worth. So this is Terra Cimmeria. These are the highlands. Ooh. So if you place a piece there. You spend 5 mega credits to place a colony. That's a good discount. Interesting. Oh, this looks very nice. Let's see the other side. Man, oh, I like how the oceans are kind of all around the edge. That's really interesting. I guess that makes sense because it's the highlands, but yeah, they're kind of spread out. I like that. It's different, which is what I wanted. I wanted some variety. Oh, there's the North Pole. Okay, Utopia Planitia. Very cool. I'm just taking it in. I like these. Okay. So I'm excited to play on these 4 new maps. Of course, I only had 3 maps before the original, and then Hellas and Elysium, so the number of maps I have is dramatically increased. Put these in here for now. I will sort it all out another time. I'll make it work in the... does that not fit? That is very silly. That feels like an oversight. Okay. Well, I guess I'll throw that one on top. I will figure out how to store this stuff along with my original game another time. But those are the 4 new maps and the additional cardboard pieces that came with them. Let's see what else we've got. All right, let's do the Milestones and Awards next, because I think this will be fairly simple. In fact, the most difficult part is probably just getting it out of the plastic. So I can see the instructions, as you would probably expect, say to randomize these and take 5 at random before dealing any cards to any players, so you know what the awards and milestones will be before you're selecting your corporation and your project cards. So this looks like, I believe these are the original milestones and awards from the base game map. These look familiar. No, not really. No, they don't. There's a lot of new stuff here. I was looking to see if they had whatever it was about, having tiles in the southern half, but I didn't see that one. So I don't know if it was Hellas or Elysium, but that was definitely one of them. They don't have it here. That's very interesting. It's like South Pole Explorer, something like that. I thought they would duplicate all of the originals plus everything from Hellas and Elysium. But it doesn't seem like they've exactly done that. Okay. How many is this? How many panels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 35 milestones and 35 awards. Well, it still looks cool. I can punch these later. And then on the back, they're just color-coded blue and red. Okay, well, I'm going to throw these in the map box. Okay, here's a quick one. We're going to do the 2023 promo cards. I always buy the promo cards. I think it's 1 per quarter. So 16 Psyche, I had this one already. I think this was a giveaway at a convention or something, and I paid way too much for it on eBay, and now I have another copy. Robot Pollinators, I know I have this one as well, and I've seen it many times in game because it always blows my mind that it doesn't have a plant tag itself. Supercapacitors I also have. Yeah, converting energy to heat during production is optional for each resource. So that's pretty neat. I haven't made good use of it yet, but I just think it's a cool card. So these 2 I do not have. These are new to me. Icy Impactors. So you can spend 10 mega credits, and you may use titanium to place 2 asteroids here, or you can spend 1 asteroid here to place an ocean first player chooses where you must place it. That's weird. That's a weird requirement. All right. And then directed heat usage. Spend 3 heat to either gain 4 mega credits or 2 plants. That's pretty nice towards the end of the game, especially for such a low price. If there's a bunch of leftover heat, especially if you're playing, if you've got something like Mohole or whatever that big mirror is. So okay, five 2023 promos. I already had 3 of them. So I've got some duplicates that I won't use, but I've got a couple new ones. So that's what these were. So let's do something a little more substantial. Let's do the Prelude 2 box, which was the main part of this campaign. So it's more Prelude cards, which is always appreciated. I know one year they did for the seasonal promos Prelude cards instead of project cards, and I've got those. They were really cool. And so more of those is good, but I think the goal was also that the cards in this box would integrate the various expansions together more. So not totally helpful for me since I've only got colonies as my major expansion of the 3. But let's take a look. So short booklet. Prelude refund, huh? If you are about to play a Prelude card and it turns out you cannot play it, perform all its effects, you must reveal and discard it to receive 15 mega credits instead. Okay, so what do we got? Prelude cards. These are corporations on top and looks like project cards on the bottom. Nothing else in there. So let's start with the Prelude cards. Oh, they're all mixed. These are project cards. These are corporations. They're all mixed up. Okay, let's open this one then. So what have we got here? These might be all Preludes. No, these are all mixed up too. Okay. So let's try and at least separate them into piles. Not really going to be able to look at what these necessarily do, although maybe I can sort out which one of these. Corporation. Some of these look familiar to me. See, like this is Venus, so I'm not going to use that. Yeah, some of these are familiar from the reveals on the campaign. There was a lot of analysis of those cards as they were revealed, so I sort of remember some of these. Interesting. So, okay, corporation. I'll have to look at these more closely. This is a Venus one, though. Colonies, love it. What is this? Oh, that's turmoil. I don't have that. And I think there was a lot of focus on turmoil and Venus Next, specifically, less so on colonies. So there'll probably be a decent amount of these that I just don't play with. Prelude. Venus Next Preludes. Project cards. Colonies. Venus Next. So this one's colonies and turmoil. Requires that unity is ruling or that you have 2 delegates there. Place 1 delegate for each colony you have. Like, I don't really know what that means. Yeah, a lot of these project cards will be sitting in the box. Venus Next and colonies. Yeah, the project cards are heavily Venus Next and turmoil. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. The project cards I will not be using. And how many of the Prelude? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But still a lot of new cards overall. How many project cards did I gain? 17. And how many Prelude? Oh, that's a Prelude card. I'm sure I mixed them all up. 21 Prelude cards that I can use without Turmoil and Venus Next. That's a substantial number. That's a lot more. I'm excited to look through those. And how many corporations? The corporations are all, looks like, universally available. They don't correspond to any specific expansions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. I feel like I've got a ton of corporations, though, not including the 15 I invented. So that's Prelude 2, and specifically how it applies to colonies. So last up is Automa. This is the new solo mode. So instead of beat your own score, this is meant to replicate another player. So you play against the bot. I think that's great. I mean, I really like the solo mode as it is, but I never get to use Milestones and Awards, and I think like my tile placement views are just really skewed as someone who mostly plays solo. I don't know that I do well in a multiplayer like online. I haven't played it online, but there is a new tile here, and that is related to one of these bonus cards, if I remember. So here is the main rule book for how to play solo. It's a lot of text, but it's not super complicated. It did seem like there was a couple of pages. There's probably reminder cards where you kind of need to remember like these helper actions or priorities as far as like if you need to place greenery, how do you place it? So there's a few things to remember, but that's the main rule book, and then you can add. Oh yeah, you can play it just by itself, or you can have the bot can be different corporations. So this is a booklet on how to add corporations. And then this one is on how to add expansions. So Prelude, Prelude 2, Venus Next, Colonies, Turmoil. I gotta imagine the Turmoil one's complicated. Oh, the various other boards. Awards and milestones. So you can mix and match expansions in any way that you want to be able to play with this. So I think that was probably a huge undertaking. That's pretty cool that they were able to pull that off. And so we've got a couple of tracks here. So this one that says colonies real big on it. This is if you play with colonies. You'll use this board for the bot to be able to interact with the colonies. If you play Venus Next, you're going to need this track that I believe just goes under this one, this little Venus Next track that I won't need. And then these tracks are for the bot, and you match up what map are you playing with. So Elysium, Terra Samaria, Utopia Planitia, where's it labeled on this side? Hellas, Tharsis, and Fastitis Borealis. So Tharsis is the base map. So say you're playing with Tharsis, you take that and slide it in here. From which side? This side. Ooh, I was hoping it'd be simpler than this. There we go. Okay. So you slide this in here, and there's these cubes, black, white, and clear. And you use cubes to move up these various tracks. So the long and short of it is, if you are playing against the Mars bot, they've got, I think, 4 cards on their turn. One of them is going to be one of these bonus cards, and the other three are regular project cards. And you flip them over. If it's a bonus card, you just do what it says. If it's a project card, you look at the tags on it, and from left to right, one at a time, you resolve each tag. Whichever tag it is, you advance on that track and then do what the symbol says. So that's a pretty elegant solution. What is in here? So these are events. I think by default they're labeled B01. I think it's bonus card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think by default you start with just these 8, and then the rules I'm sure tell you how and when you can add all these other bonus cards in and intermix them. But of the first 8, this one, local neural instance, tells you to place the MarsBot local neural instance tile on the board adjacent to no tiles. So there's some other rules, but that's what this is for. So whenever you flip over that bonus card, this goes on the map. So there you go. And I know there's a bunch of other bonus cards. I don't know what the criteria is for adding these in. Probably has to do with which expansions you are or are not playing with, or which corporations. Those are the bonus cards. How many are there? 32. And then these are the bot corporations. It looks like they mirror. Wow, there's a lot. All of the base game all of the corporations. That's most of this stack. Okay. All of the corporations in the game. There is a MarsBot version of. That's pretty impressive too. I thought there might just be a handful, but it looks like everything's here, including some of the ones I don't have. But it does have the ones that we just saw in the Prelude 2 box. There's Ecotech, Kuiper Cooperative. Okay. So they're going to operate a little bit differently than the standard, obviously, corporation cards, but that's pretty cool. That's nearly infinite variability already. And then it looks like for each of the boards, there's a reminder card for Milestones and Awards, which is great. I'm going to need that. Although those are just the standard ones on each board. If you're going to mix them up, you'll just need a couple reminder cards, I guess. And then on the back, are those the same? Yes, I think so. Placement position selection for cities, greeneries, and oceans. Tiebreakers. They're slightly different. It looks like the tiebreakers are slightly different. And then final scoring. Big highlighted one at the bottom says you lose. Give you 2 of these reminder cards. I guess you get one and the MarsBot gets one, so they know how many points they need. No, they're double-sided, so you use one of each. Okay. Well, I would love to play this in general, and I would love to play it on this channel and release it the same day as this unboxing, but I do not think that is in the cards. I got a lot going on right now in life, keeping me occupied and keeping me away from games, and that happens sometimes. Don't know why I opened that. I don't know what it is. I'll say A. It's just separators for now anyway. We'll do that. That. There we go. They're separated. So yeah, I unboxed, you may recall, maybe 2 months ago, a month or 2 ago. That'll never stay like that. What am I doing? I'm all discombobulated. I unboxed not that long ago Scythe, and I played it a few times, and I really liked it, and I want to get back to it. And I have the Rise of Fenris campaign, and I want to play that as well, and that's a lot of playtime. And then I also unboxed earlier this month, at time of recording, Everything Anachrony. I am so excited for that and have not played it at all yet. I have not gotten the opportunity to play anachrony. So a little bummed about that. So I don't know when I'm going to get to this either. I'm way behind. That's just how it is. Now, one thing I recall is that I got sleeves for this. I usually just buy premium card sleeves on my own. They're all clear. But I went ahead and bought the Automa sleeves, but I don't know how many of them I will use now because these bonus cards get mixed in each round with the 3 project cards, and they're supposed to look the same on the back, so you don't know when you're getting the bonus and when you're getting the project. So these I'm going to have to sleeve with my own clear cards, but I suppose I could sleeve the corporations. And that's it. I'm not going to sleeve these because they're double-sided, and these have stuff on the back. So I've probably got some extra sleeves that won't get used. But that's not the end of the world. So I think that's everything. I opened the maps, Prelude 2, and Automa, the 3 big ones, plus Milestones and Awards, and the 2023 promo cards. So that's a lot of stuff. I am really excited to try all this stuff out. I don't know when I'll get to it. I'm recording this Monday night, the week of Gen Con. So I'm going to Gen Con this week. I'll be at Gen Con when this video comes out. So, it's definitely game related, but that's going to take some time too. But that's what's going on. So this is the new stuff that I've got for Terraforming Mars, one of my very favorite games, and again, my personal gateway game. So you can definitely look forward to seeing these things on this channel as soon as I can get to them. But if you've got any questions about anything that I unboxed, let me know, and I can give you more detail. And then if you've got any requests for whatever reason for the when I start making Automa videos, if you want to see a certain map or a certain bot opponent, let me know, and I'll try and make that happen as well. Otherwise, I do want to point out that I just hit 500 subscribers. And so to each of you, I want to say thank you. And if you have the ability to just sign up 1 million of your closest friends, I will be the biggest channel on YouTube. That would be fantastic. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now if you like what you see. You can always feel free to like the video and share it with anyone who you think will enjoy it. And as always, please leave some comments because that's how I can talk to you. And it's fun to be social at a distance. So thank you very much. This is Table for One. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you in the next video.